Hi there, and welcome to Blame It on the Inverts. I'm Sean. The second park on this Europe trip is another one of my favorites, Efteling, in Kaatsheuvel, Netherlands. Efteling is a huge park filled with fairy tale style theming, and also happens to be home to my favorite non-roller coaster ride. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's head in. At almost every park I visit, I start my day with a coaster ride. But at Efteling, I start my day at Danse Macabre, my favorite non-coaster ride. Danse Macabre is a turntable ride by Intamin, choreographed to a shortened version of the classical composition. With 6 cars on smaller turntables inside of one big turntable, each ride is different depending on which car you get assigned, and I still find myself seeing new things after almost 20 rides. I would love to see more of these style of rides made, but will happily return to Danse Macabre until then. Efteling is home to 8 coasters, most of which are nestled in the back of the park. Right next to Danse Macabre is Baron 1898, a B&M dive coaster with one of the highest levels of theming I've ever seen on a coaster. Out of the station, you have a pre-show before going up the lift hill, and the tunnel waiting below the first drop is pumped with mist, making it even more terrifying than a near vertical drop already is. Baron's also incredibly smooth, and I love every ride I take. Another incredibly smooth coaster is Python, a classic looper that got retracked a few years ago, and another great example of a park investing to prolong the lives of their classic coasters. Right next to Python is Joris and de Draak, an exciting racing coaster by Great Coasters International. The design of this layout was really well done, filled with turns and hills while you race side by side and cross over one another. Across the water from Joris and de Draak is Legende Hollander, the park's water coaster. You start with a water ride before turning into a coaster and finishing with a splashdown. Legende Hollander is one of my favorite coasters in the park, and I love the scent they pump into the queue and rides so much, I brought a candle back home with me. There was a coaster that wasn't open this visit, Vogelrock, an indoor family coaster. I did get a chance to ride it last visit and really enjoyed it, so hopefully it'll be open when I return. The final coasters at Efteling are Max and Moritz, powered coasters that intertwine with each other and feature lots of theming and fun surprises. Efteling has plenty more attractions to keep you busy during your day. In fact, they have so much it's almost impossible to fit everything into a single visit. Here's a couple of my favorites. Symbolica is a trackless dark ride with 3 different ride experiences and a really fun queue. Droomvlucht is a dark ride that takes you into a world of fairies and trolls. They even have a fairy tale forest that you could easily spend hours wandering through. There's lots of fun exhibits, with some that move and play sound effects. For this visit to Efteling, I stayed at the new Grand Hotel, which just opened this past summer. I chose a tower room, which was so spacious, and the tower I was placed in was right at the park entrance, so naturally, I loved my view. I also took some time to check out the winter section they had, filled with wood-burning fires and an ice skating rink, among other winter-themed items. Because the sun sets earlier this time of year, you're able to experience the park at night, when it turns into a gorgeous display of lights. And once the park closes, be sure to catch Aquanura, the park's fountain show at the entrance lake, featuring music from the park's different attractions. Thank you so much for joining me for my visit to Efteling. This is one of the most magical parks out there, and Dance Macabre is one of the most beautiful rides I've ever been on, and I already can't wait to come back. I'll see you at another park soon.